It's hard to believe fall is upon us already. While I am by no means an expert in fashion, I find it really helpful to stay up to date on what's trending so that I make sure I'm picking up relevant items for our eBay store. I find that knowing what the current trends and aesthetics are to be super valuable because when I am outsourcing, I can also do style-based sourcing instead of just looking for the really popular, well-known name brands, which I always do look for those, but let's be real, sometimes it's hard to find those, especially depending on the area that you live in. So if you're aware of what's trending and what aesthetics to look for, you can pick up pieces that maybe others would pass. And when you list them, you use those keywords in your listing and have success selling them that way. So I've done a ton of research and compiled it into a list that I hope will help you while you're outsourcing this fall and winter. So let's get right into it. As far as jackets go, I was seeing several trends popping up. One of the most prominent was this funnel neck style of jacket. Here's another example of that funnel neck design. I was also seeing a lot of crop jackets and a lot of barn jackets like this style right here. I was also seeing a lot of outerwear that they called capey drapey, and you can see here it's just as the name implies. So just a few ideas of some of the outerwear that I was seeing. Next up is the preppy academia aesthetic. I feel like this was also trending in the spring and it's carrying over into fall. Think sweater vests, wool trousers, plaid, stripes, that sort of thing. And preppy or preppy academia are great keywords to use if the item you're selling does fall within that aesthetic. As far as denim goes, I was seeing a lot of the skinny flares or the flare style pants being popular. I was seeing a lot of the wider leg still that's been trending for a while now, the boot cut style, and also what they call the new cigarette style. It's not a skinny jean, it has more of a boot cut at the bottom, but this definitely is a bit more of a streamlined, sleeker look than the baggier jeans that we've been seeing a lot of. I was also seeing a lot of faux fur, these floor-length jackets, crop jackets, and even some handbags. So I'd say look for faux fur in outerwear and also accessories. I was also seeing a ton of lace. I saw it called vintage lace, romantic lace, especially these sheer, slightly see-through styles seem to be all over the runways. And I think romantic lace would be a great keyword to include in your listing. Another trend that I was seeing all over was animal print. Leopard print has been really popular for a while now. But in addition to leopard print, I was seeing animal prints of all types. I was seeing zebra, crocodile, and even deer print. This is supposed to be a doe. So anyway, lots of animal print. Keep your eye out for that. I was also seeing a ton of soft slouchy bags like this, and I like this trend. I think this is cute. I was seeing a lot of soft leathers and especially suede seem to be really popular, and they're often carried folded up or slung loosely over the shoulder or as clutches. And then here are a few more examples of those slouchy style bags. Another accessory that I was seeing a lot of was big, bold belts and even layered belts. So you can see here they had 3 or 4, 5 belts on. So we'll see if this trend takes off. I'm curious to see if it does. I remember being in my youth and having a big statement belt. So it's just funny to see how these trends work their way back around. I always love checking out belts when I'm at thrift stores or yard sales. I feel like that's an area that a lot of times are overlooked and they're easy to store. So take a minute to check out the belts, and especially if you come across one that's really unique or a statement style type of belt, take a minute to look it up and it might be worth picking up for your store. As far as footwear goes, one of the prominent ones was this buccaneer boot or pirate boot, kind of that slouchy style of boot. And I'm kind of happy to see these taller boots coming back. I feel like it's been Chelsea boots for a long time. And as I mentioned before, suede is definitely trending this fall. So if you can find an item that combines a few of the different trends like suede, buccaneer boot, that sort of thing, all the better. I was also seeing a lot of what was often referenced as the school shoe. Think Oxford shoes, loafers, and Mary Janes. And this kind of falls into that preppy academia aesthetic also. And again, preppy or preppy academia is a great keyword to use when listing shoes like this. I was also seeing a lot of the Western inspired aesthetic. I feel like this one's been popular for a while now, so it's not a new one. But I was seeing a lot of fringe like this jacket, cowboy boots, a lot of denim on denim, that sort of thing. So continue to keep your eye out for that aesthetic. There were several predominant patterns that I was seeing everywhere, one of which was polka dots. Pinterest actually had a little fall report that I was looking at, and it showed some of the most searched aesthetics that were trending, and polka dot was one of them. So I thought that was interesting. I was also seeing a lot of polo shirts. This one was trending in the spring and seems to be carrying over into the fall. This is another one that falls into that preppy academia aesthetic. And then I was also seeing a lot of plaid. Again, this is another one that seems to have carried over from summer trends. Another trend I was seeing reemerge were pencil skirts, which I found really interesting. You can see here's another example, tons of pencil skirts on the runway. I think traditionally pencil skirts were often associated with office wear, but on the runway we were seeing a ton of pencil skirts that were more of the evening wear style as well. So all around, it looks like pencil skirts might be having a comeback. Another aesthetic I saw a lot of was what Vogue called the country coated aesthetic. Think barn jackets, mat coats, rubber boots, silk scarves, and Fair Isle knits are all items that fit into that equestrian Old English aesthetic. Here you see plaid, and then this is a Fair Isle sweater. And then here are a few more images kind of depicting that country coated aesthetic. Only 2 more to go. The second to last is the sporty tennis core aesthetic. Think track pants, pleated skirts, varsity style jackets, etc. I've been seeing a ton of track pants like this, and you can see here we kind of have a combo of everything. We have the slouchy bag, track pants, cropped, sporty jacket. So a few keywords I would use when listing these types of items would be sporty, tennis core, athleisure, that sort of thing. And last but not least is actually a color that I was seeing everywhere, and that is chocolate brown. So it's this deeper earth tone brown, and Harper's Bazaar said it is the new black. And I was seeing this color not only in dresses, but also accessories, shoes, handbags, that sort of thing. So that's definitely a great color to keep an eye out for, especially if you find pieces in that color that fall under some of these other trending aesthetics. That's all the better. I hope this list was helpful for you. It is by no means exhaustive. There are tons of trends and aesthetics out there that I wasn't able to cover, but I hope this helped to sharpen your knowledge of what might be trending this upcoming fall and winter. What are your thoughts on these trends or aesthetics that you're seeing? Is there one that you're excited about, one that you're not so excited about? Let me know in the comments. I always love to hear. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully you can find some great items for your store. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.